Hey YouTube, this is Justin here with Alternative Drummer, and actually I should say Justin aka Demonic Sweaters, because that's how I've done all these other drum vlogs. So yeah, that's what this is. This is another drum vlog episode, and I actually don't know what number this is. I don't know. I'll have to just print it up on the screen over there. But so I just got home from my Christmas break, heating up some chicken soup here. Ah, God, that was a terrible sound. Heating up some chicken soup, and I've been thinking, I'm going to try to talk while I'm pouring soup into a bowl. I've been thinking about drums pretty much the whole time I was away. And you guys probably saw some posts, but the way I was able to do that is the magic of scheduling posts. So anyway, that's what you were seeing there. Anyway, what I was thinking about while I was away, let me carry this into my room and not spill it while I'm talking on the camera. This is a bad idea. Why did I do this? What am I doing here? That's really hot. If I spill it, it's going to hurt really bad. All right. So anyway, what I was saying is while I was away, I was thinking about my Pearl, my 69 Pearl drum set that is in storage, and it's been in storage for months now. And you might have seen it on my channel if you've been watching me for a while. But I absolutely love that drum kit. It is just such a cool set. It looks so cool, and it's just so rare, and I never really get to play it being in New York City. I rarely get to play acoustic drums, number one, and I rarely get to play those drums, number two, because when I do play acoustic drums, I'm usually playing in like a shared space or a shared stage or somewhere where everybody's sharing gear. So it's basically just been in storage for months now. What I'm thinking is I'm going to convert this kit. I'm going to convert it to electronic, and I'm going to use my ATV XD3 drum module that I have. I talked to the guys over at drum-tec already and talking about doing internal triggers, some of the drum-tec branded triggers, as well as use some of the drum-tec real feel heads. So I'm going to do it really, really good. Everything is going to be super legit, and I'm really excited about doing it. I'll probably do it piece by piece. Like, I don't think I'll buy everything all at once because the drum-tec triggers are actually kind of pricey, but I'm fully prepared to pay the price for those triggers because drum-tec, honestly, I know that they will make a high quality product. I know there's other internal triggers out there, but everything from drum-tec is really well made, and I just really like the people over there, and I really like Ralph's drumming. I love watching those drum-tec videos. So I want to go with the drum-tec stuff. That's going to take me a little while to do all of that, but actually the biggest problem here is I have nowhere to put it. So if you look here in my room, right now I have the ST2000, the Simmons ST2000 over there, and then the Simmons Titan 50 right here, and there is no more space. There's a closet over there that I have some stuff in, and basically everything else is in storage. Well, I have a bunch of bins right here with other crap in them. There's no space, so I have to get rid of something. And sadly, it's going to be the Titan 50. I know, that I just got this kit and I've been making videos about it and stuff, and I do really like the kit, but I have to think about it like this. It's an entry-level kit. I got it for free. Has nothing to do with, my thoughts about the drums. I think they are fantastic drums, especially for the money. I love the sounds in the module. I love the drums. They feel great. They play great. They're really cool. But like I was saying, it's an entry-level kit. The SD2000 is probably the best Simmons kit that Simmons made, after Guitar Center acquired them. Well, without a doubt, it's the best kit that they made after Guitar Center acquired them. That is the Simmons flagship kit right there, like of the past 20 years. So I have that, and then the Pearl, it's a 69 Pearl. I'm not going to sell that. And then I have my little Club Jam Mini that I play out when I do play gigs and I want to take my own kit, because it's actually really easy to move and it sounds great. Now, I still do have a Club Jam Flyer too, and I don't really know what to do with that right now. I took it out a few times last year and played it, but I have too many drums, so I'll probably get rid of that one too. But first, I'm going to get rid of the Titan 50, which is sitting right there, and I measured my space, and I think what I'm going to do, once I get rid of that, I'll have the SD2000, I'm going to turn it around and put it over here basically the way that this one is set up right now, and have that like close to my computer. And then I'm going to realign the Pearl, once I get it in here, facing this direction you know, how I used to have the old Tama Club Jam Flyer in here and the Mini. When I had those two set up, that's what I'm going to do with the Pearl. So I think it'll be really cool. You know, it's really hard for me to sell any drums because I really like all of them. But, you know, out of all the kits that I have, if I have to sell one, it's going to be the Titan 50. But that, again, it says nothing about the Titan 50 and what I think about it. You know, I think it's an amazing kit. But being in a small place and having multiple projects to work on, you just have to make tough decisions. And this is one of those tough decisions. I'm going to get rid of the Titan 50. All right, so that being said, it's time to take a look at drum-tec here. I spoke with Frank at drum-tec, and he told me that the drum dots, which are the side-mounted, I think they're called drum dots or whatever they're called, triggers that drum-tec makes, they're the side-mounted ones. They work best with their 2-ply design mesh heads. So first, actually, I have to take a look and see which heads I actually have already. I might have some heads that will fit, that are 2-ply heads that will fit on the Pearl. So I have to check that. I know I at least have a 14-inch real feel, 3-ply head, at least one, and I might have a 12-inch as well, but I have to double check all of that. All right, so the sizes on my Pearl are 12-inch tom, 14-inch tom, 14-inch snare drum, and a 20-inch bass drum. Now, I actually just went and dug through all of my mesh heads, and it turns out I have a lot of what I need already. I actually forgot that I had a lot of these. I guess it pays off to just buy a bunch of crap all the time and, you know, like experiment with different things, and you end up with a lot of leftovers. And anyway, I'll just shut up. So for the toms, Frank at drum-tec recommended the dots with 2-ply heads, and I have a 2-ply head. This is actually like a Millennium head, I think. And then I also have a single-ply 12-inch mesh head here that I'm going to put on the bottom because they work much better if you put mesh on top and bottom, converting kits. And then for my floor tom, same. I have another Millennium here, 14-inch, 2-ply, and then a single-ply Aquarian. So I'm going to put those on the floor tom. And then the snare, I have a drum-tec real feel 3-ply head, and that'll work good with the groove bar on the snare drum. I don't have, actually I do have another mesh head that I could put on the bottom. It's another real feel, so I could do that on the snare too. It's just in the other room, but I do have another one of these. So I can even do top and bottom on all 3 of the main drums. The only one that I don't have is the kick drum, 20-inch. So here on drum-tec, let's take a look. They have the, where's the design series that he was telling me about? Somewhere here. drum-tec Pro, drum-tec Basic, I can't talk. Real feel, oh here, design. So let's take a look at that. And then 20-inch. And then since the rest of mine are white, I'll just go ahead with a white, plain old white head here. And let's see, that's 56 bucks. Well, 56 euros. And I don't know, it's usually not terribly different for the US dollar, you know, a little bit, but I can afford it. Now let's check out the triggers. So module, sound edition pads, hybrid drums. Can you guys see this? Probably not. Hardware, accessories, where the hell are they? Hybrid drums. Yep, triggers. And here's the drum-tec single zone groove dot. So I will need 2 of those, but for the time being, I just need 1 for the bass drum because first, I don't want to spend a ton of money up front here because most of it's going to go on the groove bar snare, which I do want to spend the $239 on that because I really want the snare drum to be like really, really good. You know, especially that it's a 14-inch snare drum. It's going to be tough to get some good triggering on there. So hopefully, you know, I've seen the drum-tec demos on these. These things look like they work really well. You know, hopefully it really does. So $239, I'm going to add that to cart. Even though it went down quite a bit here, it says $200. I'm not sure why that is. But anyway, we'll take a look at the checkout cart here in a minute. But I think that's all I need right now, right? Oh, yeah, the 20-inch and then the snare drum. Oh, wait, did I add the groove dot? No, I didn't. So I have to go there. 1 groove dot for my kick. So a single zone will work. And then add to cart. All right. So, and again, the price is lower there. So let's go to checkout and see what the damage is here. Now, it should have converted everything to dollars for me here. Let's see. What's my total? $357. Not cheap, but, you know, it's an investment. I think it'll be really cool. So I might as well do it. So let's go ahead and finish this up. I'm gonna stop the camera. I thought I could have got lucky there and financed this whole thing. I just checked my Mega Millions ticket and literally not a single number out of like 5 different plays. Nothing, not a single one. All right, so the next thing I need to do now is get the Titan 50 back to normal because I actually changed quite a bit on here. There's a different bass drum tower on there. There's some different cymbals. The hi-hats are the same, but everything else is different. Different bass drum pedal. So all of that needs to go back to the original before I sell it. So I have all of that stuff in my storage unit. So I'm gonna have to make a run there tomorrow and take this other stuff over there and figure out what I'm going to need exactly for the Pearl. I have all the cymbals and the module covered. Oh, and for the tom triggers, I forgot to mention that. For the tom triggers, I have a lot of external triggers down in this little box down here. So I'm just gonna use those temporarily until I can afford to buy the 2 more groove dots to put on the toms. But for now, I think just having the kick and snare for the drum-tec, let me try that again. For now, having the drum-tec triggers on the kick and snare should be good. So, and then I have the module covered. It's an ATV XD3 drum module. I used to use it on a different kit that's here, but there was no way I was going to get rid of that thing because I really like it. You know, this kit is going to be like the acoustic sounding electronic kit. I already have a very electronic sounding electronic kit over there, and I love that, but it's also nice to have one that kind of looks acoustic and sounds more acoustic, and that'll be the Pearl. So like I was saying, the first thing I need to do is get this thing back to normal and then sell it. So hopefully I can do that pretty quickly. I think I can. I'm gonna try my students first, though I think most of them do have drum kits at this point, but there's maybe a couple I could ask. So I'm gonna try my students first, and if none of them want it, then I'll just put it on Craigslist or Facebook or something, and I should be able to get rid of it pretty quickly. I'm not trying to make like a ton of money off of it. You know, I just want to get rid of it and give somebody a good deal. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do next. So I guess I'll pick up this video tomorrow when I'm heading to the storage unit, because that's going to be the next thing I do related to this project. All right, well, I woke up and was having my coffee, watching drum-tec videos, and I just went ahead and ordered the 2 more drum dots, or groove dots rather, to put on the toms too. Whatever, you know, I'll pay it back, credit cards. But yeah, I'm really excited. Now I've got to take care of this thing. I got to get it, I can't talk. Now I've got to take care of this thing. I've got to get rid of this Titan 50. So time to go over to the studio, not the studio, the storage unit, and get the rest of the parts of this thing. And actually not time just yet. I need to finish my coffee. I need to work out first, but you won't see that. So next time you see me, I'll be over there. All right, well, I'm here at the storage unit, and for the life of me, I can't find one of the cymbals and one of the cymbal stands. Must be in my apartment, but it's really frustrating. Take one more look up here. So I've looked pretty much everywhere, dug all the way back to the back there, which I haven't been to in a long time, and I still didn't see it. So I'm gonna have to put everything back in the unit here, and I'm gonna take some of the cymbal stands home and some of the cymbals for the Pearl, but not the full drum set just yet, because I just don't have space for it yet. I need to get rid of that Titan before I do that. But yeah, I need to find that stand before I can sell the Titan. So it's somewhere. It's got to be in my apartment. Maybe it's in the closet there. All right, I just got home, and the cymbal and the stand are here, but the spin stopper is not. I changed this to a Roland one because I had a Roland ride on there for a little while, but it's got to be here somewhere. It's probably in, oh wait, it's right here. I have it taped to the cymbal. Okay, so good. I have everything. All right, sweet. All right, sorry for the kind of weird picture quality earlier. I had the vintage effect on my camera for the first half of the video, except for the iPhone footage. But yeah, anyway, I have it back to stock. So there's the original kick drum tower with the original pedal. And then I also have all the original cymbals back on there, original module. Everything's original now. And there's my humidifier. That's what that smoke is you're seeing. Because it's very dry in the winter in New York City. and I have dry skin anyways, so it's good to have one of those. So yeah, I already listed it on Craigslist. I told a bunch of my students about it. One of my students is asking their mom, and they're going to see if they have space for it. So I might have already gotten rid of it, but we'll see. I hope it goes to one of my students. That would be ideal because, you know, I know it's a nice set, and I would help them, you know, get it all set up nice and, you know, working good and everything. So anyway, I guess that's all for now. Oh, no, actually, that's not all. Let me show you the rest of the stuff I got. So let's go over here. Let me turn on some more light. So I went ahead and grabbed some of the hardware for the Pearl. Well, actually, I grabbed all the hardware. I figured, you know, I might as well grab some heavy stuff while I'm over there today before I have to move the actual drum. So I have a snare stand, hi-hat stand. I'm going to use the VH11 hi-hat again temporarily. I actually think I do want to buy the ATV hi-hats, but not right now because they're like another $350. So I'm going to have to wait a few paychecks for that one. I got a cymbal stand, 2 cymbal stands, and then a bass drum mounting ride stand right here. And so I'm going to mount my ride on there, then I have 2 crashes, and then it's just a 4-piece kit. But I also have like this, it's kind of buried right now. I don't know if I can get it out. I'll show you a photo on the screen. But I have a Pintec, what's it called? Tube trigger, something like that. But it's like basically like kind of like a cowbell type thing. So I'm going to see if I can mount it somewhere, you know, to be able to use as, you know, auxiliary percussion sounds or whatever. Because you actually can assign percussion sounds to whatever on the ATV XD3 module. I know it's like pretty standard on all other modules, but the XD3 is, you know, even though it's very limited as far as what you can change on it, it sounds really good and it triggers really, really well. ATV just makes great stuff and they're not very expensive. And I've made a bunch of videos on it. I have a video explaining that entire module. So I'll post a link to that somewhere if I remember. I have to remember when I upload these of all the stuff, like the links I'm talking about in the videos, especially in a long one like this, it gets hard to remember. But you can always find it. Just, I think I titled it Everything About the ATV Drum Module, or ATV XD3 Drum Module, or something like that. So I guess that's all for now. I'm waiting on drum-tec stuff to show up. One of the packages says it's going to arrive tomorrow. I don't know how they're going from Germany to New York City in like a day, but apparently they can. And I've had that happen before with drum-tec, so that's really cool. Gets here very, very quickly. I guess they just air mail it because it's coming from UPS. So I guess they're in Berlin. Maybe because it's 2 big cities like Berlin and New York City. They probably have flights going back and forth between those 2 places all the time. So I guess I answered my own question. But that's probably how they do it. I don't know how the shipping is in the rest of the country, or if you're in another country completely. But my experience with drum-tec, everything I've ever purchased from them has been very good. You know, just the customer service. Like when I asked about, converting the Pearl and asked a few questions and sent an email through the drum-tec website, the reply I got was insanely detailed and just very good, explained all the, the details of the internal triggers and which heads work the best on them and what my best options were based on the sizes that I have and all of that. And they're just really good. So I'm excited about that coming. And then hopefully tomorrow, I'm hoping tomorrow, I know it's only one day, but I'm really hoping tomorrow I can get rid of the Titan 50. And then I already have room to bring over the Pearl. But first I'm going to have to move this over to there. I suppose I don't totally have to. I could put the Pearl right here, but the thing is I want the Pearl facing out for videos. Like I don't want it facing the wall. And it's really hard to film drums, like yourself playing drums if it's facing the wall. Because, it's really hard to set up the camera to get a good angle without just showing like the back of your head, like your back, which looks like if you try to shoot from this angle back here, then all you see is the drummer's back, which is really weird and boring. So that's why I want to set up. The reason why I went on that long tirade was because over there is where I want to put the Pearl and see if I can face it this direction, instead of this one sideways. I don't know why I did that. I guess I was trying something different and my phone just fell on the floor. Yeah, so that's pretty much all. All right, I think that's going to be all for now. I just abruptly ended that last video, so I figured I should come on and give some kind of outro. Yeah, that's all. That's the outro.